have a 1957 Blonde Stratocaster, and I want to tell you a little bit about it. And so let's see, what can I say? Well, probably the nicest Strat I've ever had. Been very fortunate. Yeah, it's all original. Let's see if I can get in a little bit closer here to the camera. You can, let's see here. See the finish on the guitar. It's got the original blonde, semi-transparent, translucent finish. You can see over the lightweight swamp ash wood body, which you can see some of the grain of the wood coming through, which is really unique on the older 50s Blonde Strats. They did the finish very light back then, so you can actually see through it. And as the guitar aged, the finish would settle into the wood. So when you run your fingers across it, you can actually feel the grain of the wood through the finish, where it, over time it is sunk into the wood itself. It's not really like sitting on top of the wood, and it's very lightweight. And back then some of them were light, and of course all the new ones today are so heavy they're like boat anchors. And if you could find anything light like this, it costs a fortune. People really prize that. Yeah, it just makes the guitar resonate and just becomes more like an instrument as the wood dries out on the guitar. So it's got the original single ply white guard, 8-screw guard that they had back in 1957, 58. And I say 57, 58 because it was made right at the end of 57, early 58. Which was very common to have parts that were dated within a few months of each other. That's the way Fender did it. They had parts laying around, and sometimes they'd be there for a couple months before they put them together. And the neck is actually, let's see, the body is dated 1157 in the trim cavity. If you remove these springs, you'll see the date of 1157 in the body cavity, which was common. Original solder joint hasn't been disturbed, and the neck itself actually is penciled. When you take the neck off, and I have a picture when it's penciled on the butt of the neck here down by the truss rod, 258. So it's a very early 58 neck. And in 57, the necks had a real strong V neck, which later evolved into a more rounded, more comfortable, little bit shallower C-shaped neck that they use, and this it became a lot more popular than. I don't know about you, but it's really hard for me to play. I don't really like the real strong V necks at all. I don't even really like too much of a V at all. And evidently, that's the way most people feel because the necks that Fender designed all their guitars, most of their Strats airing after that time period, or after this style, which is the more rounded neck, more comfortable neck, and so most guitars you see today are designed after this style neck, which is like a C-shaped, C-D shape. 1 5/8 at the nut. And this is the original nut on the guitar, which is very nice to have, very very cool. You know, the original frets, you know, I mean, they have a little bit of wear on them, of course, because the guitar's been played. And the original maple fretboard, you can see a little finger wear in the fingerboard. And but it still plays really nicely. I have it set up with pretty low action with 10 gauge strings on it, and it's very comfortable. Let's see, it's got, I guess I'll go up to Headstock. It's got the original spaghetti logo that they had in 57, 58. Actually through the 50s up until I think early 60s, you used the spaghetti logo, which is a Fender logo. It's a little bit of it is flaked off after time, which is very, very common and original. And you can see the back of the headstock. The tuners are the single line, original single line Cluson Deluxe tuners that came with the guitar in 1957. And excellent condition, beautiful condition, headstock, everything. It's gorgeous. The string guide is the original butterfly style of that period. And the back of the neck, you see the skunks, what they refer to as the skunk stripe, which was very common in that period. The black dots, which by my understanding was made of some kind of at that time, it was let's see, neck, made of like a fiberboard material, and the black dots back then were made of like a fiberboard kind of material, which changed into plastic later on as time went on. And let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh man, I just love this guitar. I don't know, something about a blonde maple neck with a white single ply white guard is just, I think it's probably the most beautiful Strat in my opinion. It goes with any color. I don't know, I love the look of them too. Yeah, so inside I can just tell you that it's all original, untouched solder joints. It has the original black bottom pickups with the flat paper capacitor used in that period, and the controls, the pots are stack pole, which is I start with 304, and they're actually dated in 57. Let's see the tuner, yes, let's get the three-way. It's got the let's see, where's that? Where is it? I think it was 304. Yes, it was 304 723 stack pole. Yeah, they're numbered 304 723, which is 23rd week of 1957 is when the pots were actually made. And like I say, untouched solder joints. Inside, everything is just like it came out of the factory. And the bridge has the nickel-plated patent pending saddles, all original. Trim bar, the switch is these in 58 the parts were plastic. 57 was Bakelite, so this is the original plastic part knobs and pickups, pickup covers. The body contour is you know, of the 50s is quite a bit very sleek and comfortable. Just so light, you know, so light. So I think that's pretty much it. The serial number 024513. It's pretty cool. Underneath the plate, it's got a negative serial number, negative 24696, which is pretty common. You find a lot under on the back of the plate. I forget why that was, but you know, I think another reason that I really love this guitar is that, well, you know, a lot of the old Strat, especially the custom colors. This was considered a custom color. You know, it's kind of, sometimes it can be kind of hard to tell if it's original or not. You know, you look at the finish, and sometimes it can be difficult to tell. And so there's when there's a little cloud, a little bit of doubt, that can really affect the value. I know a lot of, especially foreign investors who got burned. You know, they got custom color Strats that they thought were original, but it turned out they weren't. And the thing about like a blonde translucent Strat like this, you cannot fake this. You know, there's some people out there who try and get pretty good, but there's no way you can fake this. So it's a blue chip stock. You know, it's a blue chip guitar in the investment world. There's no collector or investor who could take this guitar and go, hey man, you know, there's something wrong. There's not, you know, it's not original or something like that. It's just no doubt anyone ever looks at it. It's, you know, original. It's you know, it's the way it was, and it can't really be done. A lot of those custom colors, there's a lot of doubt. Half the people look at them and go, no, I don't like it, man. It's not right, you know. So for that reason, it makes it a blue chip investment. In terms of playability and sound, let me show you a little bit of. I'm going to show you a little bit of that. Okay, so right now I'm playing it on no effects at all, no distortion like that. It's just straight into the amp. And right now I've got it on the front pickup. By the way, the pickups I had, they were I took ohm meter readings on them, and they were 5.67 ohms on the bridge, 5.85 ohms on the middle, and 5.74 ohms on the neck pickup. So they're all nice and reading, playing well, very functional. So here's your neck pickup.